On the first day in the new neighborhood, 3 men showed up uninvited. They didn't bring gifts.
Here we go. I told you it was going to be Trumbull Park all over again.
They tied bricks to a horn, filling the street with loud, annoying noise. The passing police shrugged, acting like it was fine. She wasn't someone to back down. She called all her friends and family and held a huge party right in front of the neighbors. But the neighbors weren't done. They lit a cross right outside her door. Her anger hit the roof. She grabbed a baseball bat and ran outside. A few men raised shotguns to cover her, smashing the car windows and removing the bricks. Even when someone called the police, they didn't flinch. Kneeling on the ground, waiting to be arrested. On the ride in the police car, the sheriff didn't bother her. Instead, he asked if anything strange had happened in the house. Before you moved in, 6 people died in this house. She felt a chill. Earlier that day, she had heard strange knocks in the basement and had been terrified. She called for help, but the small room showed nothing unusual. Even worse, while sleeping, she felt a force pulling her down. Everything pointed to one thing: the house was not clean.
Answer it, boy!
Please don't shoot him, please!
Probably just wolves.
The white cop raises his gun. From the darkness, a monster screams. The next second, the cops panic. Bullets rip through the trees. Tick grabs Letty and Uncle George and runs. Soon, only 2 cops remain. Tick spots an old cabin. They rush inside. Screams echo through the forest. Uncle George drops to the ground, afraid to breathe. He stands up and freezes. In the dark, dozens of eyes stare back at him. Inside the cabin, 2 white cops burst in, shotguns raised. Tick and Letty step back. They don't shoot. Instead, they order them to block the door, because now they need them alive. Moments later, Uncle George reaches the cabin. Then, a monster growls on the roof. They know they can't wait here. Uncle George realizes something. The monsters didn't attack him because of his flashlight. These things fear light, but the strong lights are in the car, 5 kilometers away. Who goes? Letty steps forward. She runs into the dark. The monsters chase her. She reaches the car and turns on the headlights. A huge creature bursts out, then retreats under the light. Letty uses her camera flash, slams the gas, and drives. Inside the cabin, the bitten cop begins to change. Tick tries to stop it. Too late. The transformation finishes. The cop is killed. Tick grabs the shotgun. One shot. As monsters surround the cabin, a bright light cuts in. Letty is back.
Get your fucking hands up!
The gun is already loaded. The police officer raises his arm. Next second, a shot is fired. Just as the bullet is about to hit the young man, the ground suddenly explodes. A creature bursts out of the earth. The officers don't even have time to react. They are torn apart instantly, blood everywhere. The screams stop. After that, the creature slowly turns around and walks toward the young man, but instead of attacking, it stops right in front of him. It doesn't harm him. His name is Tick. This all started a few days earlier. Tick is driving through the countryside with his friend Letty. They are just passing through, but accidentally enter a town with strict local rules. A police car immediately follows them. They are forced to stop. The officer looks at them and says coldly, "You're not welcome here." He points at the sun and adds, "Leave before sunset or you won't make it out." Less than 1 hour left. Drive too fast. You get stopped. Drive too slow. Night falls. There is no good choice. Tick keeps driving. The police car stays close, even bumps into them. In the back seat, Letty grips a gun. The sun keeps sinking. With 1 minute left, Tick steps on the gas. The car crosses the town line. The police car finally stops. They think they're safe. But at the next intersection, more police cars are already waiting. Night falls. Late at night, a scream pierced the village. A young man had hanged himself. His mother cried in despair. The villagers didn't care. They barged in, dragging the body away. Here, everyone believed suicide was cursed. Souls suffer forever, cannot reach heaven. Agnes felt her heart break. That night, she couldn't sleep. Next morning, she went to the fields. Suddenly, pain hit her stomach. Looking down, her period had started. Panicking, she ran to the river to clean herself. At noon, handing out food with her mother-in-law, her friend whispered, "I'm pregnant. Can I get an extra bun?" Mother-in-law refused. Wolf stood nearby. Her friend stormed off, calling her a pig. Agnes felt hurt. She ran into the bushes, thrashing, cutting her tongue with a twig. Blood dripped. She tried to hide her period. Calming herself, she went home. At the door, mother-in-law scolded Wolf. She wanders all day, still not pregnant. Should have married a village girl. Agnes's heart broke. She had no children, a burden to them. She cried but couldn't explain. Wolf refused to sleep with her. That night, lost, Agnes went to the altar. Late, she sneaked to her parents' house, sleeping in the pigsty. She thought she might be accepted, but her brother found out, shaming her. Even scared, Agnes was taken back by her brother and Wolf. Back home, she lay in bed all day. Mother-in-law forced her to change and took her to a village place full of naked men. 3 maids take turns washing him, front, back, side by side. He sits still, unable to resist. This is the treatment inside the mansion. Atticus feels no comfort. He knows this isn't care, it's control. Earlier, the mansion's owner, Samuel, hosted a dinner for the order. Everyone at the table studied Atticus in silence. Uncle George stood up.
Thank you all for coming to witness.
No need to thank us. We didn't want to be here.
The room went quiet. Samuel didn't object. What they needed wasn't courtesy, it was blood. That night, they tried to escape through the basement. They were spotted, dogs released, guns raised. At the last second, Letty swung the shovel. The guard fell, a loose stone in the wall. Atticus pulled it free. From the tunnel, chained hands reached out. The man climbed up. It was Montrose, Atticus's father, trapped there for 500 years, waiting. They drove away. The road was sealed, a barrier around the estate. Samuel arrived. He stabbed Letty without hesitation. Then he said, "You decide who survives." Atticus understood.
Since you are a son among sons, I will give you a choice of who else survives your error in judgment.
What did you do to her, boy?
I was just trying to help.
It's okay.
In a neighborhood, a white woman appears. Everyone freezes. A shop clerk steps out carefully. People gather. No one speaks. She turns to leave, bumps into a boy. Right then, a police car stops. 2 officers step out. The boy and the woman step back, hands up, no questions. They push the boy against the car. The other officer softly comforts her, as if she's the victim. The boy is about to get hit. At the last second, she speaks. "He didn't hurt me. He was just helping." The officers back off. The crowd watches, silent. She's treated like a lost lady. Police escort her away. Inside the car, something's wrong. Her eyes redden, yellow creeping in. Her body is changing. Another street. A blonde man waits outside, calm, because he made the call. That morning, the blonde man met a woman. Her name is Ruby. They spend the night together. By morning, Ruby breaks down. In the mirror, she's changed. Her look, her identity. He takes her home, drops her on the floor, turns on a soccer match. While watching, he helps her shed her skin, layer by layer. The match ends. Ruby lies in bed, back to normal. He tells her, "If you want to rise, you obey." On the table, a yellow bottle. It lets her change anytime. The mother-in-law removes the flower crown from her head and replaces it with a heavy headscarf and apron, presses a fake baby doll into her arms. The message is clear. Marriage means children. Her husband, Wolf, is blindfolded. He raises a mallet and strikes a rooster buried in the ground. The rooster screams. After a few hits, Wolf gets tired. The bird isn't dead. Someone else finishes it. In this village, even killing a chicken proves a man. That night, Wolf takes Agnes into the forest to a small cabin. He says he bought it with her dowry. The money wasn't enough. He still owes 200. "We'll pay it together." Agnes freezes. Married one day, already in debt. But she says nothing. Before leaving, her brother slips her a handkerchief.